If you're studying for the real estate exam and prorations are confusing you, you're definitely not alone. These are one of the most commonly missed question types, but once you understand the pattern, they're actually very manageable. Stay with me because I'm going to walk you through this step by step, and at the end, I'll share a simple tip that makes these problems much easier to figure out. Let's take a look at this problem. Annual property taxes are $3,650. The closing date is April 10th. Taxes are paid at the end of the year. How much does the seller owe the buyer? Go ahead and take a second to think about how you might start this. All right, let's break it down together. With proration questions, you're usually dividing something over time, in this case, property taxes. So the first thing we need is a daily rate, or how much the taxes cost per day. We find that by taking the total taxes and dividing by 365 days, since there are 365 days in a year. So we take $3,650 and divide by 365 days. That gives us $10, which means the property taxes cost $10 per day. Next, we need to figure out how many days the seller is responsible for. The seller owned the property from January 1st up until the closing date of April 10th. So we count. January has 31 days, February has 28 days, March has 31, and they were still in that house for 10 days in April. That gives us a total of 100 days. Now we multiply the number of days by the daily rate. So 100 days times $10 per day gives $1,000. So $1,000 is a portion of the taxes that the seller is responsible for. Now comes the part that confuses most people. Who actually pays who? The key detail here is that taxes are paid at the end of the year. This means they have not been paid yet, but the seller has already used the property for those 100 days, so the seller owes their portion of the taxes to the buyer. This means the seller has a debt of $1,000. And here's something that often confuses people. This doesn't mean the seller is writing a separate check directly to the buyer. This amount is handled at closing. It gets added into the closing costs, and the buyer is credited that amount on the settlement statement. So everything is balanced out as part of the closing process. So the final answer is the seller owes the buyer $1,000. If you want more practice with problems like this, I put together a free real estate math bootcamp starter pack. It includes practice problems and step-by-step solutions so you can get really comfortable with these types of questions. You can grab that using the link in the description. Here's a tip that will make these problems much easier. Instead of trying to memorize rules, just ask yourself 2 questions. Who used the property and has it been paid yet? If the seller used it and it hasn't been paid, the seller owes the buyer. If it's already been paid, then you reverse it. That simple thought process will help you avoid second-guessing yourself. In another video, I'll show you how to quickly determine debt and credit in proration problems without getting stuck. Thank you.